Walk set up. Trying to see if they can force xantares out of the way. Only a couple of shots in from the Glocks in the ERP refacing to the entire T-side force. And xantares indeed does pick up first blood, pick up Buster, to kick things off on the right foot. Calip's going to try and see if he can follow suit, challenging Kinder. Unable to get the full-on frag towards him. The headshot's missing out. A little bit around the crosshair placement. xantares also not as 100% fantastic on a second kill. So Kicker and Flick get those two trades, 4 versus 3. VP have the bomb down. Well, Dooley's over on mouz. Going to try and see if he can play forward face here, and the entry is in to try and get the bomb site back under CT control. Yakinda does get overwhelmed by Emor, so it's a 3 versus 3. But James pops out, finds xFab, challenges Emor close, and that ends up paying for it. Woxy gets a kill back on Kicker, so it's back to the favor of the CT forces. But Emor is so low and peeking out very aggressively. Done some relatively decent research. They know that a VP are going to go for this kind of a play. And bait in Kicker, do some early damage. The Molotovs will do more, so the nades back to spray suit. Calix will find Kicker. Flit and James took some damage as well. The bomb trying to cross to the site, but the incendiaries will suppress the bomb plant position. Meanwhile, a backstab in from mid from Emor will allow a bit of a setup coming in. xantares unable to deal with James, who counteracts him and gets the bomb planted.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. They had so much util to work with. The mouz got that backstab. Should be able to at least catch off one. Could even multi-frag. Kindar caught by those sprays. Emor does find himself 2 picks in the end. Kindar can train him at last to a 2 versus 2. And Buster held back behind our Archer's Woxic. Buster's been detected though, just spotted, but not damaged up here by that engagement. Time is starting to tick away for Eternal Fire. They have 1 kit in play. Woxic on a sight though, he's got to stay alive. And indeed he does. And xFloud will get at least 1 trade back on Buster, but time is way too far ticked. He'll smoke on the bomb. He hasn't got the kit though, and he will win the fight, but he won't win the round. Eternal Fire. Honestly, that came down to a massive mistake.
From the VP line, 30 seconds. They're trying to draw rotations away. They will get Emor to rotate back. Yakinda takes his engagement. Doesn't quite come out successful for it. So, indeed, it can be a kill coming in for the CT forces. But heavy damage sustained on Emor and Woxic. Nades back to xFloud. Not quite as successful. The AWP still watching, but Flip finally takes him down. xFloud quick to follow, but Emor's on the site. 10 seconds. Remaining quiet, waiting for the bomb planter to try and look for the plant itself. But where is he? In the midst of all these individuals. Planting safe behind the boxes. The spray for Emor's going to reveal his position. And that's a smart play for Virtus.pro to get the 3-on-2.
Right there. For any of the viewers that's been watching all the group stage and all the plans, they've never...
Lining up utility here. His teammates get ahead of that smoke that went out towards the apartments. It just cleared up. xFloud still sitting here over at the pit. Yakinda going to be dealt with Woxic Corp's kill. xFloud gets a kill back on Flit as the second man out of the gate, so they shut down that apartment's pop. Alex hearing the footsteps, James up close. xantares hasn't seen him, and that allows James to get a kill. That might throw everything into disarray for the CT side, but Kicker still hasn't checked out Calix. Now he's been spotted, and now both players can converge in on him. Kicker doesn't need the backup, though. Gets that kill, and the bomb can get planted. James, however, was the winner of the round in my mind. Waiting forward with an AK to work with. The execution's coming in right about now, it seems. Kicker. Moving nades, AWP faces, and Emor does find the trade, so there you go. That is the 4v4, and xFloud does win the fight in apartments.
And they're doing work here, and for Eternal Fire, they can start rotating players over. They're bringing that AWP back over towards that long side. And more with the 5-7's going to get in front of the long smoke, gets 1 more kill. He is getting traded by James.
Oh, talk about smart play from VP. Eternal Fire playing just as smart in amidst the utility that they have here. James missing a shot on Calix next as xFloud turns that AKE to Yakinda. It's a double up.
And I enjoy the way that they played that. Yeah, they got spammed down for that first loss in the apartments. They think to themselves, right, we've got hero AWP set up. We might as well gamble something. Let's three players over. James, we might even lose this AWP. Oh. Yeah, after time too. That's actually a very decent hunt.
Yeah, think about xantares and Big, Calix and Space Soldiers, Woxic, and as many teams that he's been a part of. All right on that front. And Emor's still going to kick things off with a kill, again with the SMG. Finding Flip, getting a free AK. Didn't have to take the SMG in from this round. He could have upgraded that to an M4, but opting to know that he can actually win his 15th frag and get a free AK instead. Calix will follow suit onto Yakinda. See, Kicker might not have spotted Buster, but either way, Virtus.pro just clamoring at the seams, hoping to get some sort of trade. Eternal Fire have all the control. Nades onto its position, missing out, falling a bit short actually. You hit that wall and flower beds instead. Spray from xantares gets a dink back to return. Someone is to maintain his life at the moment, and Calix next to the face gets his kill in, doubles up. James found 1 trade, but the bomb's been dropped, and it's all for James to get the ace. Flashbang in, and he's dead. To the hands of Calix again. A quadra for him this time. Eternal Fire just finding a 6-4 up. They are looking great on CT.
Or at least look into that position. There's no way the CTs can work off one another. They will put some more util down and actually rotate a 3rd player over to be, or at least thinking about it.
There's Emo with a pick back onto Kicker, so 4 versus 3, he doubles up, looking for the triple. In fact, he's not going to get it. Buster finally shuts him down, leaving all the Calyx on the defensive line. They still suspect there might be some sort of playing towards the A side. They haven't seen that bomb just yet, or the majority of the T side forces, and with Flit being taken out here towards short, they still might think so, but Calyx has other ideas as he gets 2 kills, and VP can... woxic will reposition to try and get another angle, but no one's facing him here. VP happy to play the mid default.
Yeah, they've got to have a perfect flash. They can't peek into this dry, and, well, that's exactly what happens if you peek into it dry. They try and bait over, get the first player to jump over and peek into it, and it just doesn't happen.
And Emor follows suit on Yakinda as well. 5 on 3. This is falling apart for Virtus.pro once again. You mentioned they couldn't peek dry. They couldn't give these fights to the AWPs. It's exactly what they did. Flit does find 1 entry, but xFloud there for a turnaround. Despite being on 15 points of health, they still can't deal with him here. He can't get the kill back towards the player. 30 seconds. Nades available. xFloud repositioning to mini pit, and woxic gets the kill on Buster, leaving it all to Jame. All but close footsteps heard. Emo knows exactly where he is, switching out to the AK. Not like it's going to do much. 10-5 for Eternal Fire. VP, poor form.
Stack of 3 CTs on B from VP.
Flit smoked off. Will he take forward face? Not with that flashbang keeping him and Yakinda blind. Yakinda will find the angle and find xFloud. Needs to win against Xantares as well, but can't quite do so. Buster in the back line catches Xantares next. Can't get Emor though. The trades are fantastic for Eternal Fire, keeping things at evens. But Jame again turns the advantage to VP. Bomb plant should be secured momentarily. They're trying to see if they can bait Eternal Fire in a bit deeper. No smoke to go down to the coffins plant, so woxic got to do it completely open.
Yeah, Calyx is trying to see if he can defend his teammate. woxic got to swing out wide on the contact. Calyx trying to do the same, see if he can isolate these jewels. Does turn into a 1v1. He's on for the 1v3.
E250 in hand, got to land a headshot against Jame. Oh, what a tap and what a round. What a clutch from Calyx when VP felt like they were going to have it all. Control. xFloud. Ready with the Mac 10. Molotov down. Jame does find the Zeus kill. Okay, that's one good frag. Emor can turn around, but Flit gets involved here with the CZ, and it doubles up as well towards Xantares. VP, 4 on 2. Finally looking like a defensive side that could actually work out for them. Yakinda's spotted Calyx next up, forced to make his way around, and Yakinda wins that fight with a CZ. woxic completely flash blinded. Yakinda, with the last few bullets of his magazine, will secure the round for VP, and eco steal from the CT side.
I'm trying to get my head around it, Jay, how we just see these rounds that look almost flawless from VP every once in a while. We've had a couple of rounds, maybe 2 or 3 over the course of it.
Job at holding this position, yet to get a kill though. Emor could give it up, or Yakinda's in the midst of this smoke. How much is he going to find? When's he going to clear? He gets 1, he gets 2, only 2 though. woxic finds a quick trade.
I could just imagine Calyx and Amor thinking, why is he there? Why is he in that smoke? That just makes absolutely no sense. And that's the opportunity that just catches them off guard. They've even got Jame posted up on CT with the AWP. Oh, he's even pressing forward. The peek from Xantares is fantastic.
He's going to get this down onto Buster. Swing out. The AK spray is not great for the CT player. Trying to see if he can block it off. Flit's going to provide support, but he lets his teammate go down. 2 on 2. They face together. Pre-fire on xFloud does so much damage. And eventually Flit will catch his kill. Kicker will close it out. And VP just barely. Only one player showing his teeth, and that might enable VP to fall apart on the A-side defense. James still holding. Needs to hit this shot, but he can't do it. And Kicker has got it all to do. xFloud overwhelms him. And that's wonderfully done there. Emor, as soon as we criticize him, he gets the all-important kill that throws off the CT line. And Flit and Buster got to fall back to the B site and save.
You got any new stickers, Jay, from the major?
Only the ones that were from the souvenir cases.
It all comes down to who's going to hold the angle for long enough, and woxic actually backs off. James still isn't over-aggressed, and it goes back towards his banana take. They don't know about Xantares. Oh, my Yakinda, he's able to not find anything. Bust up onto the half wall. He's seeing what's going on, forcing those rotations back. They can come down from mid. They can actually drop this bomb if they get in there quick enough from the bottom of banana.
4 on 3, Kicker trying to get back to woxic. He'll catch him. He won't catch the bomb carrier though. Calyx to reface. And Xantares and xFloud are so low, so it's going to rest on this first contact individual here at Banana to win all the fights. He finds Kicker. Flit gives up the 1v1, but he gets the kill in regardless. And it's a total of 10 points of HP spread across these 2 players on the B site. Perfect kills in Xantares in particular. And doming heads in the last handful. Flits needs to convert onto him, but it's xFloud that gets the kill instead. All on Jame. AWP in hand. Knows where xFloud is going to face towards him. Sees the flick, but xantares goes for the peek as well. The AK can't win the fight, and James turns the USP to him instead to clutch the round for Virtus.pro.
Oh my goodness, that's got to be one of the best clutches we are going to see today. What
rounds ago, that's been it for him so far. In the last few rounds. Counter smokes for Buster's gonna burn here at first box. He has no idea. He's aggressive so far forward. Yakinda's gonna line up two. Flick gets one as well. And Yakinda still bears down upon them from the coffins. Yes, they lost Buster, but the rest of the frags pour in for Virtus.pro. A 4-on-2. An Eternal Fire suppressed behind smokes. The second one goes down to... Three players setting themselves up as well. Nays to ensure no one's in that cubby corner. Kicker thinking of swinging as well. Yakinda makes his moves. X-Flow detected. They hold on. That's all important. And now comes the T execution. xFlow to be the man out of the apartments. Emor first man onto the site from short. xantares to be the lurk player. Is going to try cut off rotations from Buster. Does Flick detect him? Or Woxic doesn't. Kill found. AK ready to peek. Flick just holding back. Does catch him in the shoulder. All important frag. 20 seconds. Smokes missed. James gets Calyx back. Now going to rotate in and join his teammates on the A site defensive. Emor still looks in, but Kicker finds a gap in that smoke. Doesn't see Emor. He does now. Kicker with two. Looking for the triple. Woxic's alone. 6 seconds to plant the bomb. A 1-on-2 scenario. Kicker's just going to wrap. He'll let the plant be secured, but he'll get the round for VP and map points.
He's expecting a wrap play for xantares from the long angle.
He's very aware of this. It leaves Buster alone to deal with the majority of the three players. If xantares goes down early, then Yakinda can still provide support, but no. The kills pour in for him and Calyx. Easy pickings, Kicker and James. Two remain on the backstab back towards Banana. Taking extra time to get James set back up towards CT. You can see how close xantares is to try to deal with him. Up. Should be heard. And removed. Eternal Fire will hold on to this map up. They will hold on to this overtime. 15 all. Virtus.pro just can't seem to close. James does not see anything at all.
Buster's going to have a difficult time playing out from Nubox, and Moore is so close quarters. Might even just be able to spam through the smoke. Buster needs at least one. It just does not happen at all. Eternal Fire just opening up this B site. Another kill coming through from Moore. And what has happened? It just seems like he's come alive in OT.
Yeah, he's back. 23 kills at the turn of regulation, now up to 28. xFlow will follow suit on Kicker. Leave James alone in the 1 versus 5. Not like it will mean much at this stage. They probably rebuy it. But I hope they don't buy it back on Buster. The two crucial shots, better off with a rifle for my money. Next one even gets a TK on the way out of it. The best. Alex is so ready to shut them all down. Molotov's in, the try drives xantares away. I don't think it extends. That nade placed that a little bit too early. Will dish out some damage. xantares is low. He gets away with one. Yakinda with a trade. Calyx held back in a slight gap in that smoke. Keeps his head tucked away. His backup does arrive. Bomb's going to go down though. 7 seconds. Time is too far. Tick for VP, and Kicker falls with his back turned away. Up shot. Woxic lands a collateral, and that's going to secure it. 18 to the board of Eternal Fire. Map point once again. So far, so little. It's all a ruse. There's a one lurk. Smokes back down to the cross and towards the coffins. Counter flashes in. Calyx going to be the lone player to defend. But xantares blind fires, sprays through. Emor catches Yakinda. Calyx does get overwhelmed. VP have a 3-on-4, but the nade are ready. The Incendiary to try to stop the bomb plant. They're going to plant down to the backside. Can they take him down? 6 seconds. James just to hold it here and set up the retake for Eternal Fire.
They're coming in quick. Moore catches the first player out from Dark. Doesn't know about Buster, who's starting to frag away. The AK only gets one, and there it is. Eternal Fire getting that retake on 19 on the board. When they were up 12-5, they kind of bottled it to get it all the way to OT, but they get the job done. With the pistol rounds over the course of this event, they proved it in the last map too. Yakinda with the early contact knows what's going on. Eternal Fire just going to explode out from Monster.
xFlow with a kill onto Yakinda. Going to continue tapping onto the player over at Toxic. Spots out where Flit is, and he continues to tap on to do some damage. Not quite kills going the way of the CT forces. It's 3 on the trot, 4 on the trot for Eternal Fire. xantares 2, Emor and xFlow with 1 apiece. James stands alone in the 1-on-5, and Emor lets him go no further than Graffiti.
The round so far.
Sat here a little bit. Emor sees Kicker. What a wonderful spray. A wonderful start. Almost converts to 2K. Buster trains it back, keeps it together for the time being. 4-on-4 scenario, and Calyx continues firing back. Unable to connect the next couple of kills. Flashes forward for James, continues to press towards the mid control. Yakinda turns the advantage to VP. And I don't think they're going to go hunting either. If they do, then they're not really in great positions to do so. So VP get their first round.
Rotate Flip back down to B, so they may have just been able to caught the bluff just because it's been so silent.
quick rotations all come back, but James and Co are going to be suppressed back here. Yakinda does find that first kill in at long, and James sees the shadows, does not get away with the kill. Emor trades it, Flick is ahead of the smoke, and Yakinda knows he's pretty much safe here. Flick's on 2 points of health. A third man in the back of the site here to join the defensive. Flick goes down to the nades. 2 kills pouring in, third frag involved. Yakinda just doesn't get anything out of this, and Buster falls just as quickly. Eternal Fire are on fire.
Yeah, they look on individually. Fairly heavy stack, though.
fnatic, big, gambit, Virtus.pro now, like, you know, list off all of them. Complexity, EG, although EG probably, you know.
No, you'd still put them in the conversation at some point, right?
Well, back then, yeah, when we saw them lose to, who was it when Tarek whiffed that shot on overpass appropriately enough? I can't remember. Yakinda hold the defensive, or at least attempt to do so, but Wox again, xFloud find him and James, and it just goes about as well as it has gone so far. Eternal Fire continuing to pick apart Virtus.pro. Shot in for the AWP flit. Hits Emor, doesn't hit xFloud. That allows xFloud to get the kill. Leg shots and all. Nothing's going right for Virtus.pro. Usually you take a look at those numbers, seeing him on 4 kills and be like, he's not doing good enough, but like you mentioned, he doesn't need to.
VP.
And again, VP is yet to get started on this map.
Jeez.
Xantares just domes Yakinda, and Eternal Fire clearly are hungry for this victory, and they are just picking apart. VP is standard here. 2 casualties, no trade potential. James hoping for something past this smoke. Molotovs do go down to the divider.
And for Eternal Fire, there's a pick that gets found for Xantares peeking out from the fountain angle, and another pick for a more out from Monster, and he's even going to go for another reface. Does get punished this time around.
The tank for Virtus.pro. James with the AWP. Xantares leaning in. James just catch that flick. All important. 3-on-3 regained. Needs backup though, because there's a player walking out towards long. He's got a player at pizza. Flit could catch this individual off guard. Incendiary go back instead. He falls away. James gets caught looking the wrong way. xFloud still swings. Flick can find a responsive. Counter Molotov. Calix is close and Kiko gets his head. Wox are going to last rotation back towards the B side. Bomb on his back, but 10 seconds remain to the clock, and you can see the CTs have already counted for this. I don't think he's going to get this down in time. I don't even think he can win the engagement. No, he's too late. Hold on to the AWP. Save it. VP will find their second.
Much more passive than he usually is.
Oh, James just lands on Emor, the shoulder giving up. Took a lot of damage to get that kill in and start things off. Fit to follow suit on Xantares. Flashes to try to catch the T-side players off. Calix known to Yakinda, and Yakinda wins that next flight. xFloud, last player standing out towards long. Smokes down to the site itself, but the bomb is in CT control. A bit more required all in all to try to bring this half back together here. Next time still looking for exit frags. Got 20 seconds to the board, and eventually we'll get caught off by Buster.
Might even see something quick, the B rush.
Why not? It's one thing they haven't done so far. Eternal Fire. VP to face, and kick out will get the kill. It will burn alive to Emor's Molotov, and he's still out of Monster here with flashbangs going over. He doesn't see the player behind the smoke. Buster can find an angle to work with. He sees the head, and Buster needs support from Flip, but he gets Emor in the end. A 2-for-1 trade. xFloud caught next. Buster makes it a double. Yakinda comes in with support, and Buster will find a triple and all. Virtus.pro finally springing back into life in their 4th round of the CT. Overpass. You mentioned before, a bit of a punish pick coming in from Eternal Fire with VP not performing on the right foot. It seems that might have been the 200 IQ play of the series. Yakinda starts things off. Xantares picked up first.
Now they can open up the condor when James scopes in, and
Lovely.
There it is. That's exactly the play. They can close it back up. 5v3, Yakinda out from long, even finding further impact. Woxing and xFloud haven't even been able to find a trade yet.
xFloud start pushing into the bathrooms. What a shot from xFloud. Way back into the...
For the moment, though, he's pretty much just focused on long.
Yeah, Wox are trying to force him out, and he's just sat behind the signpost. Bit waiting, and now James swings, lands that flick. 2 kills to his name. xFloud now caught between a rock and a hard place, and I don't mean divider. Does find the second pick on James, at least. For 30 seconds, 20 seconds, I should say. Buster he's got the next 1v1. xFloud struggles to win it, and eventually does go down. So, VP make it one at the turn of the half, but Eternal Fire still look fantastic. The pistol will go towards the T-side default out of Monster, much slower Virtus.pro by comparison to what Eternal Fire are going to do. And as Emor gives first contact, Yakinda can strike, draw first blood. Flit can back him up and bail him out. Calyx to full second. xantares works to get xcloud on the rotations. xcloud's already there, but Yakinda takes his second pick of the round. xantares and woxic now coming in from Graffiti. The bomb can go down, and Buster will get caught by xantares, finding his 14th frag of the game. Sees Yakinda as well. Doesn't find the pick against him. Flit now holding back at Water Cubby. Two players in the back lines of the site will start to push forward, try catch off the angles against Eternal Fire. xantares head seen, spammed up by Flit, struggles to get the kill, but comes up with a headshot in the end. And woxic stands no chance as VP go 8 apiece.
He doesn't see anything. He could start going all the way to the end. He actually backs off. He doesn't want to go for that kind of a play.
Emor does find a pick on Yakinda and doubles up towards Buster. And just like that, Eternal Fire take all sorts of control. Quick swings at a sequence. Kicker and James. Players remain. Calyx will drop Kicker. So the AWP and the bomb. Counter-terrorists win. Ninth back to the ball. Minute and 30, and the AWP of woxic is watching. Entrance to the park position. Yakinda takes face. M4 as xantares shuts him down immediately. Kicks things off. woxic follows suit. That's 2 casualties early on the round. Eternal Fire, 2-man advantage.
You can tell they've been working hard in the prac. Their protocols have been fantastic. woxic peeking back in could get felled to James, but it's still a man advantage. You could just see the way they're peeking off one another, falling back, playing further passive.
You know that if there's a player posted out of that position, you can't really afford to force forward, so just wait back at the entrance. xfloud will see his teammate fall, will get a damage on the trade, but eventually find the trade on Kicker. So 3-on-2. Incendiary is out towards long, but Flit and James are both coming in for the mid control. xfloud has one player already tagged up, will take face, try pre-fire the position out towards the right-hand flower pot. Now second teammate joins the fray as James does get xfloud, and Flit finds Emor in the return. It's a 1-on-1. Calyx versus Flit. The bank position. Flit's going to sit pretty and just wait here. No reason to move until it's absolutely necessary. All angles check. Calyx's back still turned towards Flit, and Flit will clutch the round. A triple up for him. An 11th to the board of VP. We're tied up again. There might be some sort of play out of the monster control. The flashbang missed. The smokes have gone down on the CT side a little bit too late, though. It might siphon off the T-side forces into 2 different units, and xantares and Emor can divide and conquer. xantares comes up with another good kill. Flit trying to find Emor back over towards the short position past his smoke. Both individuals at the sandbags. Emor does not know as of right now. Flit is still hunting forward, sees the gun barrel. Will struggle to get the headshot, but comes up with it in the end. 3 players alive for Eternal Fire. That bomb yet to commit out from Monster just yet, and James will start to make his move up. Flit makes it a second kill. Looking for xantares. The triple, he's on 12 points of HP. He still gets a kill back on James. A triple for the man of his own right. Flit got to get a quadra clutch. He sees where one is, has no info on the second. Will try plant open for it. Woxic can swing with the AWP. Jet a leg shot off and equalize the HP numbers. Eventually get a kill of his own.
Haven't really seen much long presence at all from VP over the T side. Even checking that boost angle just in case anyone's walking through it. They're going to walk out Monster, and Calyx is there waiting for them. Deals with that first player, not quite the second.
Yakinda trades back 4-on-4, but the flashbangers keep him away. xantares gets back towards connector. James is ready for the AWP. Shoulder seen, shot lands, and an advantage turns back to VP's favor again. Eternal Fire will clear out Monster in the interim.
Just too aggressive, too much noise being made by xantares, and now woxic's gonna have to try and deliver. 2 players close quarters to him, and he doesn't even know where either of them are. First pick in, and he actually goes back out from the bathrooms. He doesn't even jiggle out to Divider, because he could have been a dead man if he did that.
Looking out at bridge, perhaps, hasn't got direct lines on towards the short position. He's going to be joined by his teammate here, second man of xfloud. Smoke down, and Emor gets caught off by Flit. His AK has come alive in the last couple of rounds. He'll get a bomb plant for it. It's a 3-on-2. VP up against the retaking CT forces, and xfloud will just get cleaned up. Woxic has got no choice but
trade. The rotation doesn't quite come through. They're even having a hunt. Woxic could fall with the AWP.
In the bathrooms, and James says, no, you can't pull my move off. That's mine. If they lose this round as well, it's be 16-13 for VP. The Eternal Fire economy is just not there for them. Flash forward, and Flit gets away with another kill on woxic. Should have been an easy trade, because that sailed right past his head. Barely even blinded. Flit was more blinded than he was. xfloud is back turn as well. The Divider does catch Flit on a trade, so that's one thing to respond with for Eternal Fire. VP going to start walking their way into the A site. xFloud looking to drop Buster in the bomb planter, but Buster gets the overwhelming frag, and that clears up the A site. Emo and Calyx have got to save on their minds. Did we mess this up? Did we just blow this series by not getting our own map pick here? As Emo goes down as well, it gets worse for Eternal Fire.
Yeah, doesn't look pretty at all. Even Calyx might fall and kick it, and Jame, yeah, they're low, but there's still a couple of players. They're peeking into the angle together. Calyx on 10 points of health. I don't think anyone else from VP is going to get there in time to drop him, so it will be the
out towards the end of this map up. Guys like Flit have stepped up in the ways that Emo did in that last map. xantares has been fantastic as well. It might not be enough for Eternal Fire as two players line up for Buster. He only gets the one kill. Yakinda's also low, so there's trade potential for the EF camp. xantares got to find Flit though, and Flit is just on point.
Yeah, his entries have been fantastic on this T side, and he could even find a multi-frag. Needs to look out towards the sandbags.
Oh.
Easy kill onto xFloud. That's probably the round done right here. 4v2, Eternal Fire, they've got to gamble. They've got to hope that one of these individuals can have a huge moment.
Watts is going to hit that first headshot, and he's unable to do so. Jame gets him. Calyx. You can just isolate them. That's the way forward. Flits the first man out towards this water position on short, and Calyx will win that first fight. Take some damage for it. The bomb's gone down, and Kicker is the next responder into this connector entrance. Calyx, if he gets the headshot on the man while retaining no damage to return, then maybe it's still on forward with making noise, though. Trying to bait in Kicker. Looks away at the wrong moment, and that costs him 16-13. Virtus.pro.
What Eternal Fire don't know is that there's 3 on B. This is such a sick read from VP.
Yakinda's going to start leaning forward to try to get some information out. Could lose his life for it, and indeed Emo starts things off. Kill on Jame. Buster held back behind the blue boxes. Backup is going to try to get here, but they just get overwhelmed. 3-man stack. Who needs it? Certainly Virtus.pro. They need a 5-man stack to hold off against this Eternal Fire. 1v5 as Kicker falls. Flit wondering what on God's green earth just happened.
Maybe for Yakinda, it's almost a bait. Just try and see if you can draw the information. If it is a B exec, okay, he should get a 1-for-1 trade, and then everyone else can filter through. Instead, that just does not happen at all. Flip manages 1 kill. He's getting hunted down by players up in mid, into the T-spawn area. Crate shot even for a more. Eternal Fire just...
T-side, nice nade to body block it, and that lands on 2 players as well. A lot of damage being done to Eternal Fire here. Molotovs will force forward. Flit will try to do the same, but Kicker able to get his trade against xFloud and xantares. Woxic and Calyx both out towards that long position. Yakinda's got an M4. The Shadows, seeing the MAC-10, can find a frag and find an exit point here for the T's. No smokes, or 1 smoke for the cross, actually, for Woxic. It means that they can't block it all. Far cross out, and Molotov's down. It landed a bit too far as well. There's a big, big gap to work with. And they're going to utilize it to perfection. Calyx falling next. Woxic already legged by the AWP. No time to pop the bomb either. And Buster almost gets the shot on the jump face. Does get picked apart for it, so Woxic can maintain his life, but he will not.
2 players on B, and for Eternal Fire, it is going to be the B split.
Well, last time they had 3 players on this B site, it wasn't quite good enough. Buster might not be detected. xFloud gonna look out in the open. They see him now. He gets 2 kills for his trouble. Spots the 3rd player as well. Emo desperately hunting for the pickback. The AWP of Woxic will try cut off rotations, and Buster only gets away with damage left. The Woxic Orb chimes in, and it all leaves it on Jame to clutch.
Missing that window of opportunity, not quite getting vision out towards those doors to get any man advantage from them, and xantares is just running with this.
Straight into the bomb site, not going for a plant. He hasn't got the bomb in his bag. Yakinda's still going to spot him. Shot down as he gets to the head of the box. He's not expecting a player to be there at the goose position. He drops the bomb carrier as well. Calyx and the edge of the smoke itself will try and utilize this gap here, but no CT is going to give it up. He swings on Yakinda. He gets his triple, and Woxic's dealt with by Kicker. Nice hold on the A site, and the second finally goes on the board for VP.
Re-smoke in for those upper tunnels, try and see if they can drive some more util away. Eternal Fire, they're not going to give up on this.
Matches in, F4 out, great kill for Yakinda, can't double it up, and yes he can actually. Buster, the bait and switch, get him out of dodge here, 4 versus 3. Yakinda looking for a triple, but he gets overwhelmed by Woxic, and Calyx finds a response to the man advantage. 3 on 2, yes they're tagged, but VP are so far away from the B site. Get out of dodge. Jame with the AWP will try hold off exits, that's the best that they can do at the moment. Eternal Fire will get 7 rounds. Oh, missed shot from Jame here. They're going to hunt him. He gets the kill away from Woxic. I think he'll be able to maintain his life. He's going to reface, actually, get a bit more out of this. I don't like this at all for Jame. Oh, not going to happen.
Clear out this car position. Flick could be the element they're not even checking.
I love that crosshair placement as well towards lower tunnels from Yakinda. He recognized that xantares was going to go down for the duck face, and Flick gets 2 more picks for it. Sees Calix and Emor now has all the info to rotate the entire CT force back here and go for the stack. Smokes are in. Flick can maintain his position for now. Jay now jump faces, sees them both. Kiko gets his next kill on Emor, and Calix all the way back at pit 1 on 5. No kills for Eternal Fire here in round 13 as VP look to shut them down and find 6.
Jay looking at it to pick. Great shot. Was that after? No, I think it was just before, wasn't it?
Suppressed for the time being. 30 seconds for the hit.
Oh, this is so cheeky. I love this base setup. But actually, it's the HE that deals with Xantares. They've even got Jane with the orb posted on the angle.
Consoles to the back of the ramp. Flit still watching, kick up with his eyes turned away, and Flit still sprays. Woxic picks him up, and they think it's clear. Calix with his back turned, and Kickert's not pulling the trigger. He's going to wait for both of them to line up, look for Woxic, get Calix, swing out, and he closes the half. Patient play with a 2K, and 8-7 for VP to go to the second half after the break. You need to reface, but it takes some damage. The advantage sits with the F.
That's a great dual setup coming through from the CTs, and they're actually going to continue to over-aggress. This is where they could get caught off. Flick now going to drop by Xantares, and Eternal Fire. Just get out of there. Play the numbers game.
Taps on from Jamie. Moore gets tagged up so heavily. They hear where Calix is coming from, and the kills pour in. Woxic and Calix to fall. Still got Emor lows, and Tara's caught with his back turned towards the short position. On elbow is watching the long angle. 22 seconds to the clock. Smoke on the position. Emor gonna rotate, be that first rotator. Xcloud's gonna be the man to hold off. He's gonna get this kill in against Buster. Now Jane forces forward. Kicker does catch Emor. Xcloud running out of ammo. Forced on the reload. It's gonna get overwhelmed with Kicker to get that final frag. Jane gets the bomb plant. It's not even required. VP have the pistol. It's a 5-on-4 game for Eternal Fire though.
An all-important pick. And now for VP, they can start working a split towards A. Great swing coming through from Flair. And now that opens up Kicker's opportunity of getting more damage into short.
Calix, Steven shot on towards Buster. Xantares also strikes on Kicker. Jame and Flit now working their way up towards long. They have got smokes down, nades involved. They will evade the kills though. The plant will be secured. They haven't got a kit, so time will be against them, but everything else is in their favor.
Flit's going to have to step up here. He's the one with the AK. He's got to get the majority of the kills. A lot of damage coming through. Jane with the scout going to get involved. Now it's just down to him. 1v3 position. Out from long, deals with another, and now we can just play time.
Jump phase going to give away his information. Go back up. Can't hit the shot onto Xcloud. Block pulled out as well. Up close range and personal. Needs to hit them perfectly or stall for time. The bomb's not planted for him anymore. Sees the jump face. Xcloud going to stick the defuse. James, scout out. Needs to land a quick close. Oh, quick scope out towards the man. Xcloud gets off the bomb, and that's going to be enough. Jay might not survive, but he gets the round together. VP barely clutch 10. Flashbang, no smokes down to the CT cross. They'll put one up there. Jump face, one individual. Xantares with a nade out. I don't think he was detected. The nades and the damage rains in against several players. Yakinda's low, Flit's dead. 5 players still completely unscathed for Eternal Fire. Flash forward. Xantares going to see so many. He transfers back, makes it a quadra. What a spray transfer. The ace for Xantares. Eternal Fire. What a way to start the half.
Oh, fantastic stuff there coming in for Xantares, and the assistance is there with the utility. The HGs pour through, the flash over the top, so many of them are turned, and just the spray transfer.
Hurt Calix in terms of his long-term economy. In terms of this round, though, it's a full buy back. Nade, so perfect for Xcloud. Emor can line them all up. Here they go, ripped apart. Emor and Xcloud combined, drop that bomb. Incendiary to stall them. The CTs can rotate right back into that B site.
They'll get up to 2,900 at the end of this one, so things will look pretty good.
On. In the walk, sees Emor. We'll take that fight against Flit, which will dish out the damage, and Taras could get caught. Yakinda snuck his way in deep, and the CTs weren't expecting that at all. Emor caught with his pads down. Plant will be secured, and these 2 players on the CT side have no choice but to save. I'm just hoping that someone gives up something here. He's keeping his head turned away in case. Not a lot of long house control here from Virtus.pro. Incendiary might drive him back, though. That's a great play from Xantares. It's going to push forward a bit, though. Xantares finally get caught off guard, and indeed he does, alongside Calix falling. What a sequence.
One of these CTs is going to have to step up for a multi-frag.
Yakinda turns on Woxic next, his back turns, so focused on a long control. The Orpa trying to get out of dodge. That bomb's got an easy line in. His kicker will find them all, leaving Xcloud alone on the B site. tapped up by Yakinda for his double. Him and Flit coming alive. And it's great to see Flit finding the entry. Yakinda to bow out. 5-on-4 gain. The Molotov to indicate that they might go for a very fast hit back here. Nade placement again. Freemore's been great. It does a ton of damage. The shots blind past the smokes allows woxic to get a kill ahead of it. Flit with one frag, and Emore's so close. He has the bomb in his sights once again. woxic gets another good kill. Trades are good for the Virtus.pro side, but it's still down by a man. Buster caught next. All on Jame. What's he considering? He's thinking about Jame time. I think he wants to press this. I think he wants to try go for the clutch. Pretty fantastic. I mean, it's not all VP being terrible. This is Eternal Fire's own effort. Some players have been really impressive. Emore's one example. Xantarespeek's been great. woxic's Orb had a last man of impact in this particular matchup. Caught, damaged up. The Molotov keeps him at bay. A counter smoke back to buy a bit more cover for the T-side line. They've committed the bomb to the A side at this stage, and Xantares is going to fall. 4v4. They can try get access and get the bomb plant. Meanwhile, Buster out towards mid gets caught by xFloud. Flashbangs turned away from Calix is still focusing on Yakinda. If he gets this kill, this could change the complexion of everything. And Calix wins it. 2 left standing for Virtus.pro. Out of the ramp position. 30 seconds, slow walks. Bomb plant priority. Kicker's hunting for more though. Is Calix seen? No, he's not. woxic drops the bomb. That's all important. Flit trying to clutch this, but will not go any further than the site. No bomb plant. Economy is lopsided as anything.
Rotation's over. Pulls Xantares to stay here at A to allow them to walk out of mid and split into B.
2 smokes, Orb for your back. Soul one out by Jame. That might be everything. Xantares the force forward, try catch them off guard. The backs a turn. Everyone's backs a turn. And the CT's ripped them apart. Jame with one trade. One player at the tunnels. xFloud versus Buster. Buster's going to get this kill. But Jame drops. And the bomb is directly in the doors. Buster got to win these fights individually in 17 seconds to do so. Bomb picked up. Seen there. Sprayed up. Calix closes. An Eternal Fire. Fight an absolute war against Virtus.pro and come out as the victors as they defeat the top-ranked team in the tournament and move forward to the quarterfinals.